Hi, this is Rainy from Stormbringer Magazine. We're at the Power of Metal Tour 2011, and with me this is Jeff Loomis from Nevermore. First question, Jeff, how are you doing?
Doing great, thank you. Very well.
Jeff, before we speak about the tour, before we speak about the last album and also your contribution in the Sanctuary reunion, of course I have to ask, how is Jim, your bass player, recovering from his surgery he has on February 16? All the news you saw on the internet is that he will be on his way to full recovery, right?
Yes, actually I was talking with him right after he got the surgery, and if a lot of people don't know, he actually had a brain tumor that was removed from his head. And the surgery was very successful, and he came out of it with flying colors. So yeah, he's going to be returning to the band very soon. He just needs time to recover and relax for the time being.
For this tour you have now a stand-in bass player. It's Dana. Dagna, okay.
Yes.
She was in World's solo band and originally plays in One Undone. It's a local prog band, I guess, from Seattle. So I guess it was it Whirl who brought Dagna on the table, and how she's doing on the tour? How is the settled the dates so far?
She's really amazing. I mean, she's picked up the songs very, very fast, and yes, that I think was part of it. That she was also playing in Whirl's band. That she decided that she would help us out, and we're just very fortunate to have her because she's a friend of ours from Seattle, and great bass player.
So you have now two persons in the band who were in Whirl's solo band?
Yeah, basically. I mean, I think Attila is more of a permanent member of the band now, really, because he's just, a perfect fit for the band. He plays all the songs very, very well, so we're very fortunate to have him as well.
I saw him twice last year, and you saw him on stage, and you guess he's in the band for years and years.
I know, that's the whole thing, because when we lost Chris Broderick to Megadeth, Attila had found out the news about that, so he started sending videos, these YouTube videos, to us that really showcased his overall playability of the instrument. And I mean, he knew every little nuance of all the Nevermore songs. So obviously he spent a lot of time, going over all of this stuff. So we're very fortunate to have him, and I think the band has never sounded better. It's really sounding very powerful right now. So, yeah.
Back to the tour, you had what we call not a good start in Stuttgart.
Right.
Whirl got stuck somewhere in Europe on his way. What happened exactly?
Well, I mean, I don't know the whole, exactly what happened. It's just that he missed a certain flight that he had to get to end up in Stuttgart, and it screwed everything up and made a lot of depressed fans, So hopefully either we can go back and somehow make up the show sometime or not. I don't know what's going to happen. I was there. I was ready to play, man.
You ever thought about playing instrumental or talk with another singer? Maybe he can fin it, or is it too hard to sing Nevermore songs if you're not whirled in?
Well, I mean, Whirl has a pretty, a distinctive style, I should say. So yeah, it would probably be kind of difficult to find somebody, just randomly pick somebody from the audience. I don't think that would work.
Can you remember when you got offered this tour with Symphony X and, of course, the great reunion from Psychotic Waltz? What was in your mind at the first time if you saw this billing and you got the opportunity to play this tour?
Well, I think I was definitely very excited about it because I'm a huge fan of both Psychotic Waltz and Symphony X. I've been listening to both bands since they started, and I just love the overall vibe of both bands, So I feel really honored to be a part of this tour. And, of course, being a guitar player myself who's into the shredding thing, Michael Romeo's the shit, he's like an amazing guitar player, so I'm very lucky to be on the same stage with him every night, he's a great guy too.
Both bands, Symphony X and Nevermore, play 1 hour at this tour, but
yeah.
you switched the headlining position, if we call it headlining position.
Sure,
so,
I mean co-headlining or whatever.
So Nevermore is playing, as far as I know, in Austria the 2 dates, and in Germany as the last band, and the other date Symphony X.
Right. Yeah.
Is this now important for you, or is the standing of Nevermore in the German-speaking countries that better than Symphony X?
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a matter of just record sales or something like that. Maybe I have no idea, but it doesn't bother me at all. I don't mind going on first or second. It just it's a matter of playing for the crowd. You know what I'm saying? That's all that matters to me. So.
If you play as a second last band, it's better because you have your beer pretty earlier.
Sure, right, yeah. I mean, by the time we go on, it's kind of late sometimes. So that's the only bad thing I don't like about it is just waiting around for so long. So. That's when the fun stuff like interviews comes into play, you know?
I mentioned the 1 hour. How hard is it for you now, after 7 records, to pick the set list? I looked, of course, the set list circling around the net, and at this time you play non-song from your first 3 records.
Yeah, we're trying to focus more on just playing, you know, more of the heavier stuff, really, the stuff from like 2000 and on. We don't really play too much from the first record, you know, but yeah, we're just focusing on like Dead Heart in a Dead World, Enemies of Reality, Godless Endeavor, and you know, I kind of wish we were playing a couple of songs from Dreaming Neon Black, but we're just, at this time we're not, you know, so it is very difficult to come up with a set list, but I think the main focus right now is on the new record, and we're playing like 3 or 4 songs from that, so we're giving somebody, or the fans, a little bit of everything to listen to. You know, in a sense.
We too talked about the new record last year in an interview, and I asked you that especially Emptiness Unobstructed could be maybe the song who could open some radio stations for Nevermore, and you said you would be pretty happy if this happened. Now, 1 year later, we can sum it up. Does it happen? Did it happen?
I don't really know. I mean, we did a video for it too, and I don't think it ever really got to that status like we had planned. But I think for us overall, this is kind of a different record. You know what I mean? It's more kind of simplified, more structured. I think a lot of people were expecting us to do a This Godless Endeavor Part 2, which was a great record, of course. But you know, I think we always strive to do something different from each record to each record. But yeah, this one is just a little bit more, to me, just more cohesive and put together a little bit better. The songs are just simpler and more catchier to me. Who knows what's going to happen for our next record? Maybe we might do something insane. Who knows? I don't know.
Next record is a good topic. I do hope we won't have to wait another 5 years for a new Nevermore record.
No, I don't think so, man. You know, we have 1 record left with Century Media on our contract, so I think that we're just going to, you know, go for it after our touring cycle is over for this, and just immediately start writing for the next one. Yeah.
So we all know that Royal is responsible for the lyrics, for the melody lines. He also is in charge of the cover, and you are responsible for all the music. Might this maybe now change because Attila is in the band? Will he contribute in the songwriting?
I think he will. Yeah, he's already written a couple of songs that are really, really cool. So I would really like him to be a part of that, and we'll see what happens. I think he will be a part of it, though, for sure. Yeah. That's cool. He's a talented kid, man.
Yeah, he is. Some words about the Sanctuary reunion. You are part of the current touring lineup, but as far as I know, it's more Lenny Rutledge who is in charge of the songwriting for Sanctuary. So will there be, let's call a strict line that Nevermore will be the songwriting of Jeff Loomis, and you won't be part of songwriting in Sanctuary? So is your part in Sanctuary, let's call, the guy who is playing live guitar?
That's right. Yeah, that's exactly right. I think Lenny's, you know, always been the main songwriter, the main guy behind all the music in Sanctuary, and I was in the band for a little short time, maybe 2 or 3 months after the band broke up. But I always told him that I would be a part of the band to fill in as far as the second guitar player, because Sean Blosel, the original guy, just has no interest in doing it anymore. So I think with me being a fan of the band and knowing all the music, they like me to be a part of that. But as far as writing, it's all Lenny. Yeah.
But can you give us a summary about the writing? Will there be a new Sanctuary album? How is Lenny coming up with new stuff?
I believe he is at the moment. Yes, he's working on stuff right now. He's played me a few things that sound really, really amazing. I just don't know when they're going to be signed yet. I know there's definitely the interest from like Century Media, Nuclear Blast, I think, is interested. So, yeah, you know, I would imagine hopefully in a year's time we'll probably see a new record.
So will you be also part in the studio, or will you step aside and say, "Oh, Lenny should do the guitar"?
I think that's his cup. Yeah, it's his bag. You know, so he will take care of all that. Yeah.
Okay, Jeff.
You know, I would do it. I would do it. Yeah, of course.
Thank you very much for your time. Have fun of the rest of the dates, and I will hope that the new album will become very soon.
So, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. All right.